Good morning, and for me it's a Saturday morning. Busa, absolutely gorgeous. Mediocre, absolutely beautiful. Not getting ridden very much with this dodgy weather. And the Corona, very quiet. On the commute home the other night, I discovered that the horn wasn't behaving. And it's been a bit ropey for a little while. But I found out why. It's come off. Completely fallen off. Lost in transit. Terrible. So I bought another one. And I was impressed with the noise that the Busa horn makes. I think it's 105 decibels. Probably the one on the Corona was the same, but it had been messing around for a while, so I don't know whether it was on its way out or just loose for ages, and I didn't notice it. But hopefully we'll get some noise out of this fella to prove it was a worthy investment. Oh my god. Get a noise out of that and some ringing in my ears. So that's working, which is good. The only difference is the bracketry. So I've got to strip this off of here, get the bracket off the Corona, and mutilate it so this will fit on it. Because I think the hole there is a lot bigger than the bracket on the Corona. I'll get the bracket off the Corona and do a swap-a-rooney. Yeah, that doesn't look factory. Looks like I made that. Anyway, on the bench, swap it over. Now to find out truly how big the hole is in the back of this bracket. Yeah. Not just any old hole. That is massively engineered. It's got these spacer collars that hold the rubber, stop you crushing it when you do it up and everything. It's amazing. I think the way to go would be to cut these tangs off. Cut these bits off and then fold this out to gain a similar shape to this, and then try and stick it on the bike, and hopefully it'll work, because it's got to stick out from the radiator. I don't actually know where it's mounted on the Busa. I haven't had a look. It's got to be in a similar place, isn't it? It's got to be at the front there. Might be off the bottom yoke rather than the radiator bracket. Anyway, I'm going to chop these bits off and bend this out and do a test fit on the bike, and go from there. I think he wants a bit of a scrub up and some hammerite and stuff on as well. Anyway, to the vice. Alright, see if I can get some straightness out of this. Don't really want to bend the main section. Let's have a look on the bike. Let me just have a quick look on the bike. Couldn't quite get it seated right to find out how I want it to be, so I'm going to take off these bits and then give it another go. Right, so I think it actually just wants perhaps a little bit more of a bend than that, just to bring this area away from the radiator. But I'll go and test fit it. Oh, it's chilly, and I'll let you know. Okay, so I've done another test fit. The actual bolt hole is offset because this bracket's a lot wider than the area on the frame that it bolts to, so it needs to be in the upper third, half, quarter, whatever you want to call it. And then there's a section here that wants cutting off. I don't know whether it's an imperfection on the frame or what, but it's certainly not dirt that needs digging out, so I need to lose a bit of the corner. So I'm going to do that first before I drill out, before I bend it into position, while I've still got a straightish bracket. Could have just got the right horn, that would have been easier. So I'm going to test fit that. If all is good, I think I just want to bend this out slightly so the bolt on the new horn doesn't hit the radiator, and then it's good for a refit. No, it wants painting first. Yeah, then it wants a bit of sanding, a bit of painting. Okay, I'll test fit that, and I'll probably see you back up at the bench. Right, done a test fit, done a slight bend in it, and now I'm going to reassemble. Made that sound easy. Reassemble it and do a test fit on the bike, then unassemble it all and give it a scrub and a paint. Right, throw it on the bike. That's it fitted, well, test fitted. It's out far enough that it misses the radiator. It's on solid. Yeah, it definitely, I can get over a finger, oh hello, between the horn, oh hello again, and the radiator. And it's off the triple tree, bottom yoke, bloody triple tree. So I'm just going to turn the steering to make sure that doesn't hit it and see if it works, I suppose. That's all good. Then nothing is fouled, the wiring's fine, and where the horn is doesn't foul on the forks, doesn't foul on the bottom yoke. So just to make sure it goes beep. Oh yes. Oh yes. Is it as loud as the booster? Yeah, I suppose so. There's one more. It's a little bit less, I think. But it's working. And it's on there. So now I've got to take it off, tidy up the bracket a bit, and then give it a paint job. Bits and pieces. There we go, cleaned up, ready for some paint. And I think it'd just be a couple of coats of Hammerite, I think. Or tough black. Put tough black on it, because that's tough. Oh, it's like tar. Tar, thanks. I've had this about 800 years. Does it go off? Hammerite, innit? It don't go off, does it? Does it? Does it? Oh. I don't mind doing a shit job, but shit job with hairs in it. I mean, got to have some sort of standards, haven't you? Have you? Have you? I think that'll do. It's going to want a second coat. I think. But I'll find that out later. Because it's bloody cold. So that's going to take bloody ages to bloody dry. So, I'll bring you back on coat number 2. How exciting. Morning. And I had a busy one yesterday, so I didn't get to finish this little project off. But I think for the application, the bracket's good enough. The painting is good enough. And it's getting stuck back on the bike. If I can remember which way. Like that. Anyway, I want this on first. Yeah, had the grandkids. Wife and daughters went out, and like the poor sap I am, I volunteered to have my twin grandsons for the day. Hence, having a very long lie-in this morning. Is it that way? Yeah. That on there. That. Some of that. And got plenty of bits to do today, so this is unfortunately, I think I want some thread locker on that. Unfortunately, another one of them rust jobs. But needs must and all that. Come on, out you come. It's a bit cold this morning again. Not cold enough for frost. What is the date? The date today is the 3rd of December. And my mother-in-law is lives up in the Lake District, so she's getting it particularly bad at the moment. The old snow. She's there you go. She lives in Millham, up in the Lake District. So she's blocked in by the snow. All the roads are inaccessible apparently. And yesterday, when people realised just how heavy the snowfall was, Tesco's immediately ran out of milk because everyone bought it, which You'd think that's alright, just go to a different store, but you don't have that luxury in Millom. It is one of those small old villages in Cumbria, so yeah, she's having a whale of a time. What's happening here? Bit of that, and then I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Don't know how much you're going to see though, because I'm going to have to put my arms and that in your way. There's my new horn. Do you like it? And compared to the last one, it's very loud. So that is a success. And again, if you got this far, thanks for watching. And another thing, I put the bike on the other way round on the lift. Oh, let's zoom you back out. So the front wheel's actually at the back, so the weight load is towards the front, and you see by the legs it sort of overhangs that side. I don't think there's a problem with it, but I've never put it on that way, so I was a bit unsure whether the distribution of weight had to be this end, which is over the rear axle of the lift, or not. So if that does make a difference and you think it's dangerous or something, let us know. I think it's alright. It seems solid enough. Ramp doesn't seem to want to go anywhere, so I think that'll do. But there you go. I've fitted a booster horn to my Corona. Master of fabrication. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you again. Ta-ra.